Sandy says read, and welcome to the channel. You guys, we are going to do a BookTube tag this afternoon. This is the Honest Booktuber tag. This was created by Harriet Rosie 13. I saw this at someone else's channel though, and I didn't write down the name of the gentleman who was doing the tag. So of course I can't tell you who it was because I'm ancient and I don't remember things very well. So I'm going to look that back up after I'm finished filming, and I will include a link to his video in the information box below. Okay, I will share that with you guys. But it was created by Harriet Rosie 13. All right, this is the Honest Booktuber tag, and I only mildly prepared for this. So we're going to go through this together as a family here on the channel. Let's start. Let's dive in. I will put timestamps below so that when the rambling starts, you'll know when you can like skip ahead to new things, right? Okay, because you know, we do tend to ramble here at the channel. It's a thing. Number one, have you ever lied about reading a book? You guys, we were just diving right into it. And yeah, I have. I have lied about reading a book. I'm not proud of this, but yeah. Okay, I have an English degree. Okay, in college, we had to read a lot of books in many of the courses that I took. And yeah, there were some days when I did not get the material read for class. And I just flat out lied about it when I got to class. Yeah, I have been quite dishonest in my past. There was one time I had read Grapes of Wrath way back in, I don't know, like one of the summers between high school, right? So when I got to college and we had to read Grapes of Wrath in college and I was too busy to get to it, I didn't read it for class, but I remembered scenes from the book. I remembered enough to fake my way through it. And so when the professor was just like randomly calling on people in class to participate and he called on Sandy, I was like, oh crap. Okay, what do I remember? And he was asking us to just talk about some piece in the book that was moving or emotional or that, you know, had an impact on us. And I was like, oh crap, what made an impact on me from the book? What do I remember from back when I read it a couple of years ago, right? And what I remembered was a scene where the family was at a camp, an encampment, and they were, the mother was making food and she made a stew. And when she was finished with, when the family was finished with the stew, she allowed other children from the encampment to like lick clean the pot that the stew had been made in. These kids were starving. Okay, this was the Great Depression. No one had food. And the fact that she was able to make a stew for her family was pretty phenomenal, okay? So she made the stew, her family ate it. There were like scraps and, you know, just like the leavings in the pan. And she allowed these other children who were begging to have the pot. They licked it clean. They went back to their families and their families were pissed off, okay? Their families, their parents were mad that these children came back to their sections in the encampment smelling of food. They smelled like they had eaten food and it was disruptive to these other family members. And so the parents came to this mother and the parents were like, how dare you? How dare you let our children have food? How dare you do this? Because now the rest of our family has to smell this food on them. That impacted me for many reasons, but one of the reasons was if you're a parent, you are supposed to care deeply about your child. You are supposed to want the best for your child. And if your child is able to get even a scrap of food, shouldn't you be thankful for that, right? And so that is what moved me. That is something that stuck with me from reading the book, you know, when I was just reading for pleasure one summer. And it stuck with me into college and I spoke about it when I was called upon in class. And it sticks with me to this day, how these families were like pissed off and mad that their children smelled like food when they should have cared. Okay, so that was a long answer to have you ever lied about reading a book? I have. There you go. Shall we move on to question number two? Question number two, and let me preface, before we get any further into this, let me say this video might be kind of choppy because, you know, when I work outside in the mornings, I have allergies from it. And so I'm probably going to have to edit this a lot. I'm probably going to have to chop this up a lot because I'm going to have to stop and like drink water from this bottle that's over here and cough and blow my nose and do all that good stuff. So just forewarning you now, this might get a little choppy. Number 2, have you ever avoided a book because of controversy around the content or the author? Probably have. And you know, further down, there's another question that's going to kind of sort of come back to this one. So we're going to come back to this one a little later. So let's move on to question number 3. Number 3, have you ever been sent a book for free and not disclosed it? And this one, I'm not sure how I want to answer this. I mean, when I receive a book for free, just in my life, I don't think I need to shout that from the rooftops to people. I don't think I need to go around saying to my friends and family, I just got this book for free. So I am sure that in my past, I have received books from things, from contests, from authors, from stuff, without telling people about it. But here on this channel, when I receive a book that I'm going to review, I do disclose, hey, the author gave me this, or hey, I got this, yeah, I know, it was part of a contest or something. You know, I think that I am good about telling you guys, hey, you know, I have this book and the author gave it to me and we're going to talk about it now. For example, the sample issue from J. Patrick Lamar, this chapbook he gave to me. He sent this to me. I got it for free. And we talked about it here on the channel. And I'm pretty sure I told you guys, you know, Jeff gave me this and we're going to talk about it and it's cool. And it's a really neat marketing premise too, because it's, you know, short snippets. It's short snippets of stories that help you get into his longer works, his other works, his other works in his worlds that he's building. Okay. It's a good marketing idea. And it's a little chapbook that he gave me. And he didn't give it to me expecting me to review it here on the channel, but I wanted to. It was quick and easy. So it was quick and easy content, but it was a nice chapbook. I think that if I'm bringing stuff to you guys here on the channel, I'm disclosing how I got the book. I think so. Number 4, have you ever bought a book with no intention of reading it? Yes. Yes, I have. I have plenty of books. I wonder, where is it? Wait, this one right here. Can you guys see that on the screen? Yeah, this is The Princess Bride. And it's a fancy dancy, lovely edition of The Princess Bride. I bought this one, this specific edition, just as a fancy dancy thing. And I had no intention of reading this specific edition. I mean, I've read The Princess Bride and I've watched the movie many, 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 many times because I love it. It's amazing and wonderful and great and funny and humorous. I love it, right? So I wanted to have this fancy edition of the book. I have no intention of reading through this fancy edition. I think I flipped through it here on this channel to show you guys some of the cool images that are in it, some of the cool illustrations, but I did not purchase that with the intention of sitting down to read each page. That wasn't my intention. I have copies of Jane Eyre, many copies of Jane Eyre. I have some copies of Jane Eyre that I purchased just because they were beautiful to have on the shelf. I'm entering a stage in my financial life where that's not going to be happening for a while, if ever again, right? But I'm in a financial stage right now where I'm not purchasing books just because they look pretty on the shelf. That's not happening right now. That phase is behind me for God knows how long. Okay, question number 5. And this is the one where we're going to look at number 2 again. Question number 5. Have you ever got caught up in BookTube drama? No, I don't want to get caught up in BookTube drama. But I remember back when I started this channel in 2018, right around in there, there was at least one booktuber, if not 2. If I remember this right, there were 2 gals who wrote a book together. I could swear they wrote this thing together, and it wasn't just one gal, but there were two gals who wrote a book that was not fabulous. I'm going to just phrase it that way. I didn't read it, so I'm not saying that I thought it wasn't fabulous. I'm saying that the general criticism online was this book was not fabulous, okay? But the gals got their book deal because they had huge followings on BookTube. They were popular and could bring a lot of sales to the publishing house once the book was done. And they did bring a lot of sales. And there was a lot of negativity about that. And there was huge BookTube drama about it. And I avoided that like the plague. So to answer question number 2 and number 5, I avoided that book and those booktubers and all of that drama. I just avoided it. I didn't even talk about it. I stayed away from it. So much so that I can't remember the people involved. I can't remember the name of the book. I remember nothing about it except the concept and the fact that I wanted to stay far from it. Okay. I'm allergic to half the stuff in my backyard. I don't know what's going on back there, but I was allergic to fresh cut grass when I was younger. And I think it has come back to me again now that I'm ancient. Oh, and you can order this bottle at my merch shop. There's a housekeeping item for you in the middle of the video. You guys should be subscribed to the channel. Your friends should be subscribed to the channel because this is a BookTube channel with all the bookish stuff. And I have bookish merch at my merch shop. There's a link for that in the drop-down box below. All right, back to the tag, you guys. Number 6, have you ever had a hate comment and did you respond? Now, a hate comment is kind of strong language, a strong way to describe just a smattering of negative comments that have popped up here on the channel. Typically, I mean, you guys out there, you guys are awesome. I have attracted a really cool audience. You folks who tend to comment on these videos, you're very kind, you're very nice, you are good people, okay? But there was one video in particular when I did the review for the 3-body problem. Not everyone was happy with an honest review that looked at both the positives and the negatives from that book. And the folks who were looking at my negative thoughts or my not as positive thoughts got kind of pissy. And there were a couple of not happy comments. It's fine. Everyone's got their opinions, right? But there was one that was like, I was too old to be as stupid as I am, comments like that. And those I just ignore. They're helping the algorithm. The fact that there's a comment there is helping the algorithm. And so I am thankful. That is great. But I'm not going to respond to people who are just being mean and fussy and stupid. Duh. I don't care about that. I did have a short video where I did just a little silly short video about, like Big Brother following me and sending me stuff in the mail. And someone posted a comment about that, about how I was being stupid. I'm like, well, you're obviously not catching my humor. And that's okay. That's fine. You're helping the algorithm. I'll take it. Yeah. Typically, comments that are mean-spirited, I just ignore. Yeah. I don't have time for that. Number 7, have you ever made a video just because you knew it would get views? I don't think that I know when a video is going to get views. I wish that they would get views. I wish that I could hit that great, wonderful, elusive video that's going to go viral and get lots of attention and build the channel. Yeah, but I don't think I've ever made a video just because I knew it would get views. Well, I don't know. I guess there have been, if I'm being totally honest, as an honest booktuber, the Illuminate files, that 3, it's right down here, isn't it? Hang on. Obsidio, Gemini, and Illuminate, those 3 books, when I did the review for those 3, like I think I did a book review on each one and then a wrap-up of them, or maybe I just did all 3 of them at once. I mean, I figured that would get a lot of attention because it was just such a big deal back when I was talking about it. I think that I knew that one would probably get a lot of attention, but I don't think I was making the video just to get views. I was making the video because I had read the books, spent a lot of time reading the books, and I wanted to talk about them. That's what this channel is for. Yeah. Okay. Number 8, moving on. Question number 8. If you could go back to the beginning of your channel, would you do anything differently? Oh, you guys, the beginning, the first dozen or so videos on this channel suck so terribly. Oh my gosh. But they're the beginning. They are the way I began this channel. And yeah, they suck. And yeah, I used to edit these videos. Like I would splice stuff together. I would put stuff in. I used to take a little bit more time in the editing of these videos. Okay. I wasn't good at it. I wouldn't say I'm good at it now, but I mean, I wasn't good at editing the stuff in and doing the stuff, and it shows. I don't think I would do it differently. I mean, I was starting out, I was trying, I was doing what I could do at the time. I don't think I would go back and start over or change it because, it was a learning curve. It's just a learning curve. I did have, what's the next question? Okay. All right. I did have like quite a number of unboxing videos where I would purchase, those mystery boxes, right? Where you could send someone $10 and they would send you a mystery box. And this mystery box would be full of like 10 or 20 books. And you don't know what you're going to get because it's a mystery. It's a mystery box, right? I think that Etsy or eBay or wherever those things were coming from, probably eBay, right? I think eBay didn't like outlaw, but like limited the scope of mystery boxes. I think that something about those things changed at one point. I stopped ordering mystery boxes. Sometimes you could get like a gem or two in those mystery boxes, right? And sometimes they were just all like, oh, well, okay, these are all right books. I might get to them, I might not. Yeah. So I did a lot of mystery box unboxing back in the day. Yeah. You guys know here on the channel, back in the day, I mean, I started this thing in 2018. And then when Petrie passed away, I lost all desire to do anything in my life, right? I mean, I wasn't even feeding myself properly. Okay, so this channel really did languish for a while there. I didn't want to do videos. I was crying all the time. You guys didn't want to see me crying on camera just randomly while talking about a book, right? So I probably, if I could go back and change something, do something differently about the channel, I would keep Petrie alive. Okay, we're about to burst into tears again. Okay, number 9, moving on. Number 9, are there any channels you wish you could be more like? And I don't know. Maybe no. I think the answer to that question is no. I mean, I wish that I could have like their audiences. I wish that I could have that big, huge following so that there's more. Well, so there's a chance for monetization. There's a chance to make some actual money at this gig. But, we could have more engagement. We could have more conversations. We could have more going on in the comments. We could do something with this channel, right? I wish, I guess, for that. But I don't want to change what my channel is. I like being able to just get on the camera and be calm and just chat. I don't really come up with a full script for these videos, in case that's not obvious. I mean, I don't really come up with like a full script to go over every single thought and point I have about a tag or a book review or, what I'm going to talk about to you guys. I want it to be conversational, especially those live streams that we do. I want it to be conversational. I want it to be, this is me. What you see is what you get. I think that you guys have come to expect that here. If you're expecting something extremely polished, that's not what you're getting at this channel. Okay, number 10. What's something you love about your channel? I love the positivity. You guys, we are pretty positive around here. I try so hard to keep the negativity, at the door. Even though, I will give you guys honest reviews about books, I will also bring out the positive in books. I've told you guys there is always something good in a book. Even if that's just the design of the front cover, there's always something good in a book. We will find that something good and we'll talk about it. If I have read a book that I just can't find something good in, if it's just reprehensible or if it's just so poorly put together, we're not going to talk about it here. I will put it down and we'll never discuss it. We're not bringing that negativity here. There are other channels who I don't want to say they feed off negativity, but there are other channels that can bring you rant reviews in funny, humorous, clever ways, and more power to them. I enjoy a couple of those channels. A couple of those channels are very entertaining, and I find that to be clever, humorous, good for them, okay? But that's not what we're doing here. I don't want to bring that negativity to this channel. I don't want to bring that here. I want this channel to be positive and upbeat and uplifting, off the cuff, unscripted, crazy, random, funky. And I like that about this channel. I like the fact that it is off the cuff and a little bit crazy, wacky, random. Number 11 is tag some people. You guys know I don't like to tag channels that are larger than this one, so I'm probably not going to tag any people on this. I'm just going to let you guys, if you discover this, you are tagged. Go for it. Do this honest booktuber tag on your channel as well, if you wish. Have fun with it. It's kind of easy. I wonder if there was anything like deep and meaningful I was supposed to bring to this, because I don't think I did. If you picked up on anything deep and meaningful, share that in the comments below. That's all, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sticking with me through all 10 or 11 or whatever it was, 10. You can tell this is not scripted. This is just the way we do it here. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you are subscribed to the channel. Please give this a thumbs up so the algorithm knows this was fun content for you. See you in the next one.